host and good friend and partner, Mike Ficca. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks, Max. How's everybody doing tonight?
There's going to be a time somebody's going to answer and it's going to scare the
Yeah,
crap out
right.
of us.
Jared, yeah.
Yeah, somebody else is going, I hooked in. Mike and I had a wonderful conversation today about, his part and what he took in. Before we get started, I just really quickly wanted to say thank you very much, Michael. Some of you had done the consults. And if you've had a chance to meet with myself, um, it's been my pleasure personally to be able to help you find that pathway. But there's always like this, sometimes there's a little disconnect when I deal with some people because they feel like I'm the person who made it. So yes, I should be successful in it. There's almost like this, like I need to see you doing this and this. And we've had that, people have actually made that claim, well, I know you could do it, but can somebody like me who doesn't have all your experience be able to do it? And Michael's the answer to that. And so that's why we've sort of progressed with Michael the way we have and some others too. And Michael has began to show that it works and that the system is real and the company and the process, everything that works with it, is really about the individual too. And just real briefly, Michael, what do you feel is the biggest thing that you've learned through, from your time as a customer coming through this process to now?
Consistency, repetition, but moreover, the videos to actually see the process being done. For me, has been a great help because I can read it and I can see it. I'm better off seeing it than reading it. And a lot of people, I think, are the same way.
Yeah, when you watch a video of it being done and shown to you in any of the training, there was a company that I was with for a little bit in the very beginning that had a wonderful training platform, but it was all text. It was all information on a page. Had some great screenshots, but I really couldn't get into it. I used to technical write, and not that I'm very great at it, but it was always boring to me to just sit and read block after block after block after block, right? So yeah, I'm with you on that one. I like to be visual.
Also,
as well.
I'm very happy with my 3.5 videos so far.
I know you still got about 1,100 to catch up on.
I got to clean that half video today.
You could have cleaned half of my video.
Half the video, yes.
All right, so I want to welcome everybody that's brand new here. Is there anybody here that's new that hasn't bought into the system yet? Are you just type the word new into the chat room down below? If you're brand new, if you haven't bought in yet, or maybe you're a free member and haven't purchased the system yet, just kind of lets us know how many new people we have each night, and how big we are. God, we're getting so big, it's not even funny. I think we're vastly approaching 1,600 members into the network and closely getting, I think it's like almost 250 paying members in the process. So we're very, very blessed with this process, huh? So no new people in the network in the chat room right now. All right, there we go, Curtis. Welcome, Curtis. Thank you so much for complying to that. If you are new, if you've never, ever been here before, even if you have and you just like your second or third time being here, you're not sure whether or not to buy in. I usually try to say this with as much sincerity as possible in the very beginning. I want you to listen for the next half an hour that everything that we're telling you is gospel, that we're a company that, one, is transparent, two, is very honest, and three, our sole purpose to be here is to help as many people get to their ideas of success. Now, that may sound like a canned speech, and with me saying as many times as I have, sometimes it is, because it's just so natural for us to want to be able to help people with this process. So if you are new, please bear with us for the next half an hour. Just give me your time for the next half an hour. Listen to us talk about what we're developing and what we're building and what we're explaining to the other members here, our investors, we call them, not just customers, but investors. And listen to Michael talk about the process as well and what we've created, and where we're going with this companies. And just understand that we're here to help you as much as possible along the way. All right, with that said, Michael, it's been a busy couple of days. And what has been I guess our biggest challenge has been charts, hasn't it?
Yes. You worked very hard on your chart system.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's some of the topics we're going to go over tonight. We're going to talk about charts. We're going to talk about the sites, all three sites here tonight. what's going on with them, how things are going to plan out. And we're going to talk about the training. Okay, we're going to talk about consults, testimonials, and of course, I'm going to give you some final thoughts at the end. I'm going to try to be very brief on each one of these topics. I'm going to refer to Michael on a few things as we go along, and then we'll finish up the night very quickly, and then with some questions and answers. Okay. All right, let's talk about the charts. Whether or not you're a Dex indicators person, Dex signals person, or a Dex signals person, or Dex trader, Dex signals and Dex indicators have its own world of how to do things. Using MetaTrader 4, following the signals, creating your own signal with Dex indicators, following your own brand of methodology behind how to get in and get out of a trade, the 5-minute system. There's a whole bunch of things that those two systems provide in a charting platform, and that's 90% is downloadable, right? You have to download this stuff. And Michael, when you first started dealing with charts, what was the biggest task for you? What was the biggest pain in the ass for you?
MetaTrader 4. Bottom
Okay.
line,
we're never selling MetaTrader 4 again.
I actually, it was very simple because of the videos. I was able to get it up very easily. I was able to put the indicators on, and everything was great. The problem is every 2 weeks you have to do the whole process over again, and once a month you have to put in your license all over again, which is
Well, actually, we fixed the license thing for you, by the way. We fixed that last month. Yeah, you don't know, but Michael was pissed off of it last month, so he got out of doing indicators. But it was true because the process was with your demo account every 2 weeks you had to get a new demo account, and with the process of licensing, you had to cancel. The license needed to be refreshed every month. That was the only way we could secure it. But then we found out what the problem was. In most cases, and how you can fix some of those issues too, real quickly, is go to FXCM, the actual company, fxcm.com, and get a demo account from that position, not from within MetaTrader, but from within that position, and that will give you a forever demo account. Yeah, I know, because I've been going 16 weeks now with the same one. So there's a little trick to the trade there. But like Mike's saying, it is a pain in the ass. The charts are clean, they're good, it's easy to use, and those kind of things. But one thing that I found for me personally, and why we went down this road to find our own charts, was because I wanted to be able to do some work from my tablet, and my tablet can't hold MetaTrader. Now, MetaTrader does have some online applications. FXCM has some online applicational stuff, but it's heavy, super stupid heavy. And when I was trying to train people how to use those systems, it became very abundantly clear that we needed an easier process. And about 8 weeks ago, I met up with a company called TradingView.com, and TradingView.com has a very powerful charting platform. And I dismissed it at first because I thought, no, it can't be that easy. I just can't meet this company and they'll be like the one, right? So I had to start looking. So I looked at investing.com's website. I looked at Daily FX, trading charts. I looked at all these companies, but I'm a software guy. So I started looking at what was the software they were using. And guess what? They were all using TradingView. And so I began to really, try to figure out, what does a company like investing.com, which is a huge company, right? What are they doing using TradingView software? Why wouldn't they just make their own? And I found out the hard way, because at first TradingView kind of gave me a little bit of a hard time, and I won't really go into mentioning what that was. But let's just say I wasn't too happy, and I was about to max it, right? I was about to go maximum overdrive, as Amy calls it, to go and make our own charting platform. Which, guess what? In 2 weeks, we built the foundation of our own charting platform, which has our own data network in it, because we couldn't find a data company either to help us. And so we built a system. Let me see if I can show you what it is right now. We built a system. Just give me a second. I'm going to turn this over. Okay. Oops. Let me see if I can show you what it is, and go right here. And where did it go? That's not it. And before I do that, I'm going to have the Oh, that's not it. I did it again. I did it again. Here, hang on. I'm going to find it and then bring it back over to you. Just in 1 second. There we go. Real close to it. And there and here and go. And this is it. This is our own Dex data chart system. Yes, I know. Looks very familiar to a trading view process. And I made it kind of look like that at first because I just didn't want you to have a difference of going through the process. And I like the clean look, right? You know, it's a little bit of flattery there for them, right? But you would go here, you could change out the process, you can copy and paste. But listen, I didn't build all the secondary tools in just yet. I put just basically everything I needed to kind of look. I could see there's a trend there. You know, I could change it over to 15 minutes, I could change it over to 30 minutes. You know, I could do whatever I needed to do to see this process, right? To get to this point took 2 weeks. Took a lot of money to do it because it took my time and another coder. And we worked very hard to bring this solution to you because we knew that this could fit on a tablet. This could fit easily enough in even you can look on your phone on this thing. And it is very powerful. It does have a very powerful foundation that later on, over the next coming months, we can put on indicators or custom indicators, everything onto this, okay? But what I found was that if we tried to make everybody wait to get to that point, it was going to be a month of Sundays, basically, it would feel like, right? You ever feel so impatient to get something, you started rushing it? And I found myself being very overworked. I was working 16, 17-hour days. Ask Michael. It was crazy, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Amy and Brian were both concerned as well because I was cutting both. I was doing the videos, we were doing all the building, I was doing the coding, and it was way too much. Michael had to kind of take over and do some of the consults, and he's been a tremendous help with that process as well. And so what I had, I know you do, buddy. But what I had to do, what I really did have to focus on, and you know, I'm not a religious or overly religious person. And you know, Michael and I had this conversation, but the universe kind of opened up its gateways on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and really laid it down to me yesterday that we needed to kind of build that relationship with TradingView. And something opened up, the doors opened up, and it said, okay, let's make this work. So what we did is that we took the process of the TradingView charts and started to really try to figure out.
That's a really great chart, by the way.
It is.
Chart system.
And what we had to kind of do is really focus on what was the necessities that everybody needed and start to apply that. Because one thing that I found out very quickly was that this system, even sitting right here, just like this, needed to be regulated. Not just regulated by us, but regulated by a governmental agency because you had to make sure there was a reality. This couldn't be fake numbers in here. The data couldn't be fake. So we needed to go get licensed and bonded and trusted and investigated and all this great kind of stuff. And did we have the time to make all the deadlines? So before I started to make over promises and started trying to figure stuff out, I knew that we needed that. This is a great accomplishment. And my hat's off to the other programmer. And really, I got to pat myself on the back too, because this did take a lot of work to get into and make it happen. This isn't just a copy and paste here. All right. This isn't just some embed code sitting from some other company. This is something we started from scratch and have built. Okay. And will we get to the line of being a TradingView kind of process? The answer is yes, we will. And they know it too. And they'd rather work with us than against us, if you will. So this is what we've done. I'm going to show you Dex right here. Okay, so here's the Dex Trader system, and we used to have charts up in here. But what we did is we put them down here. Can you guys see that? Am I on mic?
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. And
this system, no matter if you're in one or all of them, okay, you can kind of see how everything's playing out here. If you scroll down, you can easily just scroll up. Look at your signal, okay? Scroll down, get anything you need from whatever one you want to be able to do. Has what it is right here, okay? Very powerful, very easy to use, very robust, very easy on the eyes. The other is that it has some nuances that when you first start with, and I'm going to be cleaning some of this up and applying a few things and also showing you a few things. Now, one thing we had to do as a company is that we put the trading view bug down here. Okay. So every person who sees this will also be seeing, you know, a piece of their company as well. And I don't mind that because this is a great relationship, very symbiotic relationship that we built. Now, a couple great things with this chart, and you're going to love these, right? Is that, remember, more is not always best. Okay, so you don't want to add too much stuff in here, but we're adding some favorites in here. Like the one is everything's very clickable and usable on a format. You can format these things exactly how you like to see them, right? And we're going to tell you what all these little formats are, but this is one of the other things that I made sure that I put into the embed codes and to now, because listen, I actually did have to code a lot of this stuff with other chart libraries, okay, and supply our own data and that kind of stuff to this chart because they don't do that, and that's fine, okay? But when we did that, we had to start really getting into, you know, what were we going to apply to the actual chart prior to the customer seeing it. And so I wanted to be able to give you the default stuff, but then each person can change it. And in like this particular thing, you can change it and then say save as default, and it will recognize your IP when you come back. Okay, like I can change this to 21, not 98, to 99, and then come here and save as default, hit OK. And this was the British Gold Pound JPY, right here. And if I refresh my screen, please do it. I hope it's going to do it now. Takes a second. You see, it has the same kind of JavaScripting process. Now, I have a lot going on my computer all at once, too, so I do apologize. Go on, scroll down. And there it is. You still have the 2199 there. Even though I refreshed the screen, it saved it as default with my IP with this process. So you can theoretically set up a double stow. You can put on a another couple good ones. Scroll into here and come down to moving average. You can put on, see, it'll drop it. Now I've already have it set as an MA 20. I can come in and add another multiple. I can put I come down to another moving average because some people like to have a moving average of a 20 and a 50. So what I'll do is I'll come in here, I'll hit format, I'll put a 50 on here to the source of close. Okay, some people have it high or open. I just do it to close. And I'll change the color. I'll do it to something like, let's just do green. I'll do OK. And then I got to make sure I go in and save as default. And there you go. Now I've set up my 20 EMA, my one stochastic that's on there. I got a fast stochastic. I could come in easily enough and just do another stochastic on that. And now if you notice, this now has become the trader's mind double stow technique, right? Remember what I was, has anybody ever gone through that?
Yes.
Oh, I blew it. Mike, you know which one I'm talking about in the trader's mind. So we're going to actually be making a video just for this. And this is why this is cool. And I'm going to show you here in just a second here. We're going to format, click the format button right there. Inputs 2199. So we got the 1433. Hit OK. And now we've created a slow and fast stochastic. Okay, so when they both, like with the 5-minute series, you can have a, you know, out of the money or a overbought coming out with a crossover. And if everything's heading in the same direction and you got the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA, they're all showing a downtrend. So what does this tell you? The market's heading down, right? You could scroll back and look at this. Look how huge this is. And if you had a signal that was coming out right here, you could say, okay, I think that this is something that I could use. right? You could even do this in the, like with the Euro JPY happening right now. It really didn't happen right now. It happened 20 minutes ago. You come over to the Euro JPY, scroll back. It's got a sell signal. Is this something that could fit out into a sell? You see, is it trending downwards? Lower lows, lower highs, right? You could hook onto the double chat or the double stow. Remember, this is a fast one. Okay, so you can see that this process is all easy enough to utilize very quickly. Now, a couple of other things, right? Let's say you got into a trade. You can also draw on the chart as well. And this is another cool one too, because you can start applying some lines to it, right? Flip around and go to different ones. You can come back, your lines are still there, right? Another good one is that maybe you've started to learn how to draw some support lines in until we get our own support and resistance process going on in there. You can start drawing your own lines on, okay? There's some other drawing tools on here, and we'll really sort of figure out if we're going to be using this. Like, you don't have to use the brush system, and it's just to draw kind of some stuff on, but it's still pretty cool. You can still have, if you're going to do what I'm going to show you next, you could say, hey, Max, I got into this signal. Okay. I got my 20 EMA. I got my 50 EMA. I bought in, you come over here and you can even type on this, right? You can even come in and type on this, bought here, 143.53, right? And you could do something like this, right? And take a picture of it, right? Takes a picture. You take that little copy URL, you come up to something like this, put it in there, and boom, there's a picture, right? This is something you can put into the chat room. You can show the chart. You can show the whole process unfolding right in front of you, right? You can mark it all up. You can write your own information on here. You can have whatever. And why is this so powerful for us right now, even though that we're using a third-party company at the moment, is because eventually we will have all of this stuff for our own system. But I wanted you to see that it was real, that it's sitting right here. And we're moments away with it. But listen, I'm not going to progress down this line just yet. I'm not going to progress to put all those wonderful features onto there, because I think what's more important as a company goes, okay, is to create a solid foundation of our company. And Dex Trader, Dex Signals, and Dex Indicators all have their level of foundation that was working, and they are working. But I feel it is more important to solidify our training, to solidify the relationship with our customers and our investors, and to solidify the already working signals and patterns. And in order to do that, I have to stop building the company forward just for a moment. I know this sounds weird, doesn't it? Mike, does this sound weird from your perspective?
Ari, I was thrown back a little bit when you said that today.
Right.
But I understood after you explained it to me.
Right. And what I had to explain to Michael too was that the company itself is moving forward, okay? But as we move forward, we're also moving up. So there's more customers, more other things that are happening. It's almost like the stock market, right? But one thing that was happening as we were discontinuing certain systems as we were going, these things weren't completely removed from the site yet. And so they were causing confusion. As we were moving forward and growing, training wasn't being finished out yet as the same time we were moving. And because I was doing a lot of the training and videos and process and consults and all that, we were moving very fast ahead, but I couldn't catch up and keep caught up the other systems that needed to be done. So in order for us to really solidify, because if we're at this foundation, we need to make sure that everything below it is very strong. Because if we continue to build, it's like building a multi-billion-dollar house on top of balsa wood. Okay, I can't afford to do that. Nobody can. So we have to make sure that we're going to take the next level, because we're getting hit pretty hard. Our competition, our naysayers, our people that don't want us to succeed, they are rampant. They're very upset because we are doing as well as we're doing, that they haven't been able to take us out, that they haven't been able to report us to the STC or the SFTC and cause us to have harm. they can't do that. I mean, because there's nothing we're doing wrong. We have our disclaimers, we have our license, we have our programs, you know. And in fact, the people that have come to me from these organizations to let me know have told me we've had complaints, and they have sided with us because we haven't done anything wrong. We are very transparent. I gave them full access. I showed them what we were doing. And we have come out ahead for that. Now, the good thing is, and none of this is bad, that if we can accomplish this next part, just over the next 3 weeks, we're going to take 3 weeks and we're going to focus on nothing but the website, the training, the videos, the consults, the chat room, and training the traders to become so strong with this batch of people that are coming in. We're creating a tremendous amount of worth with this company. And I'm going to show you what's about the head that's about to come up. So I showed you some default in the charts. I showed you the indicators. Oh, here, let me show you something I put together, but I'm going to actually get it a little bit better for you guys because I want you to be successful with it as well. But hang on one second. I got to go into another. I got to find that link here. Here we go. Now, for the Trader's Mind series, I wanted to, because there's only 4 pairs you're going to be using in that system and for the charting system. So I dressed it down a little bit. I will be putting on a double stochastic, and I'll show you how to put this on and set it up for yourself. You don't really need to have the 50 EMA and all that stuff on there. You may just have to have a 20 on there. So we're going to be making a new Trader's Mind series that you could just sit here and use this. You can have it like right now, this is like your 4-way that you would have it on your MetaTrader. And you can sit here and watch this for a couple of hours and do your trades and get through your 5-minute Trader's Mind series. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
There's another portion of this here too for Trader's Mind or for Dex Trader is that you can pull these off of the site and have them just in this kind of format too. And you can lock these in to different places on your computer. Watch this. Ooh. Like this. See? Pretty cool, right? Locking it over here in the corner. If you have a Windows 10 system, you can do stuff like this. And this is pretty powerful because you can have Nadex sitting up here. You can have all 4 with Nadex in the middle. You know, you can set the way your screen looks to be very, very proficient in the process, right? Because you don't need a lot of information in here to do a 5-minute series. With a 5-minute series, they all have to be facing in the same direction. You're getting in at a certain time. You're getting out at a certain time. That Trader's Mind series is very powerful because it's going to teach you how to get in and out, teach you how to scalp, teach you how to lose, teach you how to win, teach you how to get in and out of those trades, how to do working orders, all of that. So very powerful. And this is why we decided to use our friends over at TradingView instead of building our own stuff out all the way, right? So at this time, bye-bye MT4. Yes, Brad Beckham, bye-bye. Now, for some of you, I still, listen, Mike might hate it, but I still like MetaTrader. I cut my teeth on it, right? There's projects out there called Ninja Trader. You want to think about complex? That thing's complex. Thor uses it all the time. He's an old hat at it, you know, but he's also a rocket scientist too. So, but his concept behind using Ninja Trader is that's his technical side. He's very technical. And some people are still going to use that. Congratulations. Head over to Dex Indicators, and that's your place to be. For those of you that want it just, maybe you're going to go through that and you're going to learn all that stuff too. Maybe you want to learn those tools. That's okay. Go to Dex Indicators, learn all that stuff, and then come back over. John, I probably won't go down that line of think or swim anytime soon. They have a very robust system, but it's just another system again, right? It's another program. And the other thing too is that the priority of the of the indicators themselves. Like I want to be able to put my own indicators on a system and not have to make them open source. And if I did that with Traders or Thinkorswim, I had to make them open source. The same thing with Ninja and a few other things. I can put special codings and stuff, but even with TradingView, I can put special codes in there to protect those indicators, and we can get them out there, but they have to go out to the entire, I can't just sell them at that level too. So, but oh no, I understand what you mean. Okay, the complexity. Yes, they're all very complex, overly complex in some cases. I talked to one of my competitors one day and he's like, it has to be complex because then everybody else would just be getting into it. If we couldn't make this market, then it'd be too easy for everybody and the market would be in chaos. I disagree. I don't think 2,000 people in there working easy stuff and easy programs. Now, what am I touted for? Making the complicated simple, right? Do you think I've made it simple enough? Do you think I've made charting simple enough in this format? What do you think, Michael?
Absolutely, especially in that format,
right,
compared to MetaTrader 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason I've done so is not because I feel people are stupid or they can't handle stuff, is because I think people need to have the most ease of use of process rather than be inundated with the complex and the over technical and so much analysis. You know, learning to read the signals, when to get in, when to get out, when not to do the trades, when to stay away from, you know, to not trade, just, and how to trade and how to trade effectively, to trade demo first and not trade live, to watch out and what terms to watch out for the greed monster to hit you in the face. Okay, because we're all subject to it at any one time. Greed is an addiction, and believe it or not, we all have it. And I hate to say this to most of you, but some of you are going to get bit by it because you don't appreciate it. You have to appreciate what these things are that drive us to that greed to be able to avoid it. But you also have to know that your power over that is combated by the discipline of trading, not by how many contracts you can put on. You know, I have a balance in one of my accounts of $10,000, and I don't trade more than 2 or 3 contracts at a time sometimes. Especially if I'm trying something new out, I won't trade live at all. I'll trade demo. I shrunk back one of my other accounts from the process to do this. Let me show you. It's this account. It has $902 in it. Why is that? If I'm so well, why am I trading with $902? Because I wanted to show you that it's not so much about how much money you have in your account, and it is to a degree because of how many contracts you can do, but can you make enough money per month per the process by trading from an account that has the chip in a chair mentality of, I have $800, I'm going to trade my best risk management. No, because I'm not going to put $100 in there. I'm not going to put $250 in there. I'm going to put enough in there for me to be able to trade comfortably one contract. Okay, and being able to do that. Now, can I get this to 2 contracts by getting the $1,600? Yes. We call it the incremental crawl method. Okay, and we'll be explaining that a lot more in future videos as well. All right, so can we get our company to that next level? And the answer is yes. Now, we've had to take a small step, and I won't say backwards, but we're stopping for a moment. And this doesn't mean that we're taking everything away. It doesn't mean that, you know, processes are gonna, it's just everything's gonna halt and everybody's just gonna take a break for a minute. No, we're gonna actually even work harder. It's just that we're gonna shore up everything we have. We're gonna make sure our foundation is strong. We're gonna make sure that the training systems are rock solid, that nobody's unaware where to go. I hear one more person who just started saying, I just lost some money live. When they just started, I'm gonna go ballistic. Because this is about your money. This is about your life. If you're not willing to follow the disciplines behind it and go through the training and go through the process, then you are cheating yourself. Is that too harsh, Mike?
No, it's a harsh reality that has to be stated because I did it too. I'm not, you know, and I was yelled at for it, and thank God I was, because I would have kept doing it.
Well, yelled at's pretty harsh word, but you were definitely told that you're fucking up.
Right.
Excuse my language,
yes.
But it's true. You know, nobody here is going to give you the hard truth other than me. I'll tell you that right now. No other company out there is going to bother to tell you the truth and risk losing you as a customer than rather giving you bullshit and having you go on as a sad sack trader who can't make it because you can't follow the rules.
Right.
Because you're not. You're not a sad sack trader. You're not somebody who is just incapable of doing it. You are capable of doing it. Why? Because there's people in this world that are in all different types of walks of life, from the 76-year-old grandmother to the kid straight from high school. And they're all getting it. They're all figuring it. You have a person who was a DJ prior to doing any of this stuff, lost some money in the market, made a lot of mistakes, got some tough love, and look where he's at now. He's a partner of the company after 4 months of being here. He's worked hard. You got Paul Davey, who's been a good friend of mine for 5 years through many of the programs and companies and systems that we've built. And he's a master trader. You got Amy Kuipers and Brian Farrow, who have worked so hard in that back system, and they're not even about trading, but they know more about trading than most people know about anything else. They know about you as a trader. Then you have me, somebody who really can't be swayed in this industry. I can't be bribed. I can't be cheated out of what I feel I can bring. I can't be romanced enough to bring in a company to take all your information, to put you in a system that you're going to have to pay more for to a third-party company just to get the same thing I can build you. I've already proven that. I've already put my money where my mouth is. I've already put my time in the barrel to help you as much as I possibly can, and that will never go away. I made a promise. I made a promise that if I was going to get into this industry, that I would get into it to create a safe haven for as many traders as I possibly could. And that's what we're doing. I'm not trying to change the industry. I'm trying to make our own spot in it. Okay, there's a difference. I don't think I can change this industry. It's riddled with scam artists and bullshit artists and people who want to take your money before they can give it anything. They'll promise you the moon, but they can't even give you the backyard.
Amen.
I'm willing to put my time in. The only thing that I ask is that you validate my time, knowing that it's important to me. And I will give you as much of it as that you need to become successful, as long as you follow those rules and follow that process. Because that's the only thing. Once you get here, once you pay your money and you're in the system, and the system works. Can I ask you a question? I'm going to ask everybody here. Let's just pretend, all of us, we all know that the system works, right? Even if you're unaware, even if you haven't gone through training, even if you're brand new, let's just pretend, just for 5 seconds here, that we know that it works 100%, that the system trains you how to be a trader to make money, right? Let's just pretend that that's real. We don't really need to pretend, because it is real. And I have plenty of people here to prove that. But in your mind, any naysayers, any doubters, anybody who's here in the room, let's just pretend that this is 100% real, okay? If it is 100% real, what is the one thing that stops you from becoming a success in it? There's only one thing, and we all know what that is. Eddie kind of alluded to it. Yeah, there it is, yourself. The person in the mirror, Skylar says. Teresa gets a little bit of it too. It's fear, but the fear comes from an individual. Those that have said fear, it becomes breaking the rules. Again, not by us, but by you. Not by the program, but by you. So if you are the reason of your failure, you are also the reason of your success. I can only give you the hammer to use. You have to use it and begin to flourish with it by knowing what the rules of the hammer are. If I give you a hammer and you take it and smack your freaking hand with it, that's not the rule of the hammer. If I teach you how to hold the nail properly so you rarely will ever hit yourself with it, and become a craftsman with it, and you decide to use it for something else, then it's on you at that point. But it's also on you when you use it correctly and you become a craftsman. I applaud Michael all the time because he's taken the efforts to make what it is. He thanks me for my time all the time. He's always saying, Max, these are your signals and you should take credit. No, they're the tool. Do you know who uses and fails with the system just as much as anybody else? Is myself. And when I don't trade, when I don't take my time and I make my mistakes, yeah, I still make mistakes every once in a while. But it's being able to recognize them and learning from them and moving on from it. It's knowing that the system does have losses. It's knowing that the system does work. Right? Now, at this point in our relationship, in this room that we're in, with all these people in here right now, all these wonderful, maybe some new, maybe some old, maybe some back here for the 15th or 16th time, the Great Gatsby. There's a lot of you that want something more. And if you're going to want that more, you're going to have to work for it. We all know that's just a no-brainer, right? Anybody here who wants a push button, you're not in the right spot. Even though Dex Trader is very powerful, it still requires work and effort and manual inception of the process. You still have to follow rules. There's no push button, and we make it very easy, but we don't make it so easy that you don't have to do anything. Okay, there's still work to be done. All right, let's move on to the next part here. We talked about Dex Trader, all sites for one, and we'll get into that here in just a moment. The training videos are very important to this company. You're going to see some redundancy come over with Dex signals, Dex Trader, Dex indicators, but there's going to be a flurry of videos on. So if you're unsure where something is, write in the chat. In the support chat, they'll point it out. They know where everything is at. If they're not available, go into Trader's chat. Maybe somebody there knows. Okay, don't flood Trader's chat with a bunch of beginner questions. If you're unsure and somebody points you to orientation, go through all the videos, and they're very short and sweet. Okay, if you're unsure where some of those videos are because we're moving stuff around, just ask one of the folks in there. They'll be able to help you out. Okay, it's not about calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning to find out, hey, where's the orientation at, or what do I do next? So you can use that chat room. There's also times in these webinars, we have these every night or 4 nights a week for Dex Trader, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 o'clock. And I usually get here about 6:30, and we do pre-webinar questions and a post-webinar questions. So there's plenty of webinar help. There's also, in training, I want to be able to give you a journal template that I'm building for that process. Keeping a journal might seem very boring, but man, is it one of the most important things you can do in your trading life. And I think Michael can attest to that as well.
Yes. You can definitely tell how you're doing by having a journal as opposed to not having one at all.
Heidi says she agrees too. It really does help. It really does help solidify your process. Consults. Mike versus Max. Sunday. No, literally. Mike has been winning. You still got to catch up, buddy. I've done thousands of these things. But no, Mike versus Max. There is no competition here because they're two separate kind of consults. Okay, the Max consult is only me personally talking from a level of me building the company and also trying to find you as a trader. Okay. I'm literally holding you responsible. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to talk to you about the process. If you're going to meet with somebody first, for your very first time, you probably want to meet with me first so we can assess where you need to be in the process. Mike's good at what he does because he's a person who's gone through the process and gone through the network, so he knows a lot of where all the bones are, okay? So he's good as well. But ultimately enough, you're going to want to meet with both of us at one time or another. But if you got to pick one, pick the one that's available, right? First off, because we're each going to give you a process, and then meet with one of us later on as well. If you see remote access in there, you can deal with Mike if he has time available, but for the most part, hit me up on the remote access, okay? Because I can walk you through a lot of this stuff where it's at. Plus, Mike hates MetaTrader. Only kidding. And we just ask one thing: be understanding of our time. And I know we make mistakes, and sometimes the system fails, and I miss consults or something happens. Please understand, I'm not here to abuse your time either, and I know you take time off or to go and do what you're doing. So just keep in mind that we both have to understand. If you book something, make sure we don't mind giving you as much as you want, but just make sure that you eat is what you take. Okay. All right. Testimonials. I know this sounds really weird, especially to new people that are in the room. I'm not asking you to give me a testimonial tonight. But if you have a consult, on our consult page now, we have some pretty cool stuff here. Let me see if I can find it right now. If you've had a consult with us, we're going to put an email out for this as well. If you've had a consult with us, is that it? No, there it is. Okay, if you've had a consult with us, let's see.
That was my schedule.
What's that?
That was my schedule today. You just put up.
Oh, it was too. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Details. I don't know. Where did it go? I'll have to find it. We're going to be sending an email out, but when you, oh, here they are. Reviews. Okay. Just come in here, click in here, and under reviews, and you can sign in as yourself or what have you. Sign in as Facebook or what have you. And did I just do that wrong? I think I did that wrong, didn't I?
Come up on the screen.
Oh, that's why. I'll say continue as Max. Sorry. I got you. You can give a review. You can sign in through Facebook or what have you. If not, it'll ask you to sign in through your email if you're already signed in or what have you. And just give us, your title, your name, of course, and then, however many rates you want to give us at that point. And then, of course, you can add a comment. This really does help us out. It also puts us on their board as well for simplybook.me. But we have other things too. We use this. We're also looking for some testimonials too, because just like Mike going through the program, we need to let other people know if it's working for you. So if it's working for you and you're getting something from the process, please help us let other people know, because remember, we do want to help as many people as possible. We're also building a proof page, and this is very unique because we're going to take profiles of some of the people that provide us the what's it called? It's the journals, and we're going to put just a quick bio. We're not going to use your full name and address and all that stuff. It'll be your first name and last initial or something. And then we're going to have just some quick information, when you started, how you're doing, that kind of stuff. And then maybe a link to the journal that we're going to have online that's going to show the trades being done. Now, don't feel embarrassed by any of this. There's nobody here that has a pristine 100% success rate in anything. So please don't worry about any of this process. If you share something with us, I will not put anything online without your specific and absolute permission. Okay, no likeness of you, no name, no emails, no nothing will go online unless you physically say, Max, yes, this is okay. And we're going to be asking some of you that have shared those. And if you say no, it's absolutely wonderful. It's okay. We're not upset at anything about that. But we definitely want to be taking a handful of us to be able to put on. I'm going to be showing mine. Mike's going to be doing his. A handful of other people are going to be doing theirs. And we'll have this information out there so they can see that it's real, that it is working, especially those that are already starting to trade live money, okay, because this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Before I do final thoughts, I really quickly wanted to show you a couple of things in my system and what I've done, and of course what Mike has done with everything that he has done today. I mean, he's done consults, he's using a webinar, he's in the chat rooms, he's done 2 webinars today. He did, like I said, 5 consults. How many did you do? 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5.
You did 5. Yeah, you did 5.
Yeah.
I think you did 5, right?
That's right. 2 webinars.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2 webinars. You did 2 webinars. Yeah. So, and this is just, this is just the day. The day's getting started. And you went food shopping. Great for you. But this is the way real traders do it. They have to work. They have to do things throughout the day, right? So I want you to see these numbers. Now, is this perfection? Is this 95%? No. But this is over a period of his last 100 trades right here. And see, he got his balance as he was, now this is, oh, by the way, this is live trades. These are live money. I could show the account that he has here that he uses, and we can show that live. And it's in his videos, right? It has like $6,200, $6,300 in it. But why isn't he trading 5, 6, 10 trades in there at one time or all that stuff? Is because there's a certain balance that he's getting to called the incremental crawl. And this is where he gets to $800 success, and he changed it to from one contract to 2 contracts. And then when he gets to 1,600 success, he's going to trade it to 3 contracts. And then 2,400 is going to be 4 contracts, and 3,200, 5 contracts, all the way up to 10 contracts, which I'm pretty sure he's going to stop because he's going to give him a heart attack every time he trades. Okay. So I know by that time you'll be so, and see, this is what it's meant for, is to build up that skin, that trader skin you need to, you've built up your trader's mind to accept the responsibility for the process. Now you need to start building up that mentality. That really are you going
world going live?
It is. Really is. It is. And here I'm going to show you why it's a different world from going live. And you're going to, you're going, yes, no, don't go back into the past, he says. Right there. Decided to go live and lost his first 2. Okay. We won't even talk about what happened next because we blew that one out of the water many, many times. But listen, the law of making some mistakes too, trading during news, not paying attention, being overexcited at times, taking too many trades at once. It gets learned, and it becomes 20, 30, 40 trades without a loss to get to this point, So now
97 trades to hit my 800-hour mark.
Right. So listen, he's trading about 5 trades a day, which he's trading about 4 times a week. So he's got about 20 trades a month coming. Wait, no, he's 20 trades a week coming. So he's doing what? 80 trades a month. Okay, let's just look at some numbers for a second, just for a second, under Michael's pretense here of we're sure it's 100% works, right? We talked about this. Now I want you to see something. At 80 trades, right? His average trade amount is $23.50, by the way. Okay, his average contract price is $23.50. Now let's just pretend it's $20. Right? Let's just say he's making $20 per trade, per contract, I should say, right? And he's doing 80 trades a month. What's 80 times 20?
1,600.
Okay, so $1,600 if he was just trading one contract. Do you understand me? So if this is $1,600 a month with one contract, is this enough money? It may not be. It's 2 contracts.
No.
What's 3 contracts? 4 contracts, 5 contracts, 10 contracts. What's 10 contracts?
Happy Michael.
Happy Michael. Happy Max. Happy everybody. You understand? That's 10 contracts. Who here in the room thinks that's too little? Who here in the room think that that's obtainable? Who here in the room thinks that that's something you could eventually get to just by typing the word yes? Brian H. puts a smiley face.
Absolutely.
Tim Fees.
You all can do it. If I can do it, you all can do it. Trust
Everybody
me.
should say yes. Yes. Who here would be happy with half of that? A quarter of that? I'm between 6 and 8 a month. And the amount of work that it takes to do that, Mike did all of that work, did all of that process, did 5 consults and did 2 webinars and did all these things and still was able to trade 5 times doing 2 contracts, $160 today.
And made one of our investors some money as well when we were in Dr. Brian, I think, is here.
Yeah.
We had a nice little chat today.
Okay, so
we made some money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm appreciative of that. And I'm pretty sure Dr. B is pretty appreciative of that as well. Sometimes it's difficult to hear it from just one person. You need to hear it from a couple.
He's a good man.
Right? Yeah. All right. So here's what we have, folks. We have a very powerful system that is starting to yield itself into something more than what we ever expected it to be. And so if you're new here, if you're new in that room, we want you to be able to take part in it. But before we do, I want to finish up here with the final thoughts. And I'll make this very brief because we're sort of getting into that little longer time period. the final thoughts that I've sort of prepared for this tonight was what I was thinking prior to, but let me get through this real quick. The way of this world, the way of this industry has really begun to unfold itself in front of you because this industry is corrupt. This industry is inundated with scammers and liars and cheats. And in order for us to be able to change our world, okay, of this industry, because remember, we're in the industry now, we have to be above and beyond all of that. And we have to be prepared that these people are going to come at us 6 ways to Sunday to try to influence again. Okay. So your resolve is very important, but so is ours. Okay. So if there's ever an issue, if there's ever a problem, if there's ever a missing part of the puzzle for you, make sure that you don't let the rest of the industry corrupt the way you're thinking. So what I'm asking is for anybody who comes into the program, if you're in a webinar, if you're in the chat room, if you're talking to support chat, you check any problems that you've had with the industry at the door and know one thing's for sure. We are not like any other company you've ever met before. We are here to help you as much as possible. So all I ask is that you be respectful for the people that are in there that are also trying to do that as well. Michael, myself, Amy, Brian, and anybody else who has senior or elite by their name in that room, we're here on a mission to make this happen. So all I ask is that the way of the world doesn't affect you while you're here with us. I know it's tough, okay? I know it's tough, and I know it's frustrating when things happen that you didn't expect. But I want you to keep that in mind as you move forward. Moving in the right direction means you're moving, and you have to keep moving. Even though we're not advancing the programs, we're still moving forward. We're tightening the ship. We're making it streamlined, which is going to help us move this system even further. And why does that make a difference to any of you? Because when we move this ship forward, we're not only moving the little tiny boat we started with, we're now moving this huge, big megadon of a thing, right? This program and this company has become so big, 1,500 members, 250 paying customers, very powerful network, the solution over 1 million signals and back testing and all the stuff that we have built, the data systems, the charts, everything, the relationships we're building. None of it means anything unless we can find the people like Mike and Ken and Dr. B and Dan and Skylar and everybody else that's in that room and make something for you to be able to make your life what you want it to be, to get you to that success. Okay? But we're going to need your help. You're going to have to do the work. All right? So making it happen is in your court just as much as it is in ours. So you as a trader complement us as a company and us as traders back and forth. Lastly, something big in my world is trading it forward. I know pay it forward, all that stuff, but now it's called trade it forward. So we've created a program that's been underlying in this company for a long time. We're finally going to bring it out over the next 3 weeks and put it out in front of everybody. And this trade it forward program is very powerful, but it takes work to get through. This is not a handout. This is not a leg up. This is a process that if you get involved with this, it is a life, it's a life mode. You have to put yourself completely immersed into it, okay? Because we're going to be able to get you into certain things that you may not be able to get yourself into financially right away, okay? So if you come in, you want to learn the program, you're paying your dues, you're paying your thing, you're getting on board, we might be able to help you get into a paying account to be able to get you to that point. But again, we're going to reach out to certain people. We're going to find out where everybody's at financially to kind of make these things work through the consults and all that stuff, because these are tough questions you have to answer, okay? And we want to be able to help you. Once that happens, you're never done trading it forward from that point. So if you grow into this program, if you grow into this company, I hope you're prepared for and you're ready for what you ask for, because success is never easy to somebody who's not ready for it. Okay. Mike, do you have anything to add at this time?
No, I just, I'm like a giddy schoolboy on the first date. With these signals, I'm waiting for my loss. It's not coming, but it's very exciting what's going on during the day, and getting a chance to talk to everybody. a lot of people in the room tonight, I actually got a chance to talk to today, and getting to know all you guys, and I'm here for you, just as Max is, and yeah, I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see where the company's going, because it's something new every day. Believe it or not, it is. It's like
It is.
Christmas every morning.
Well,
it really is. I mean, I'm not lying.
there's and I really do appreciate that, and I agree with you. It is. I've been with this company and working this company now for over 2 years, and every day it is something new for me. It's a new person to meet. It's a new process to do. It's another trait to win. It's another solidification of how well we're doing. You know, you, Michael, Ken, and probably about 20 others that have just solidified this process. You told me how long does it take to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Ken and Paul and several others also told me how long does it take, and it's usually between 4 to 5 months to get you to a point that you can accept the responsibility for your success as well as for your failure. And so if it takes that long, then who's ever in the room, you're brand new, start the clock now. You might be able to do it faster, you might do it slower, but whatever it is, you will do it. You will get there.
We will
You just
help
have
you
to
get
put the
there.
time. Yeah, we'll
Definitely.
kicking and screaming sometimes. Isn't that right, Mr. 5 minutes to 1 hour?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So listen, if you do, and this is your time, and this is where the rubber meets the road for all of you that haven't paid in yet. If you need, this is here for you. This is Dex Save 50, saves you $50 off your first month. Also, reach out to Amy. If you buy into Dex Trader at the $197 full price, you're going to get all 3 sites. And we're going to do this until the 16th of this month, because we want you to have an advantage of it all, and kind of float in between to get your a la carte, what feels right to you. Because I'm tired of people kind of coming, oh, I don't want to do this one, let me do another one. And I just want to give it access to you all. It's going to take 3 stuff, use the same password on all of them, you know, and just get in there and make it happen, right? But find out what's going to work for you, and then that's where you stay, right? And you're paying this amount for the whole thing anyway, right? So before it goes up to 247, after we get back into drawing this thing into the big mammoth that it's going to become. So if you want to, well, you can also use that code here as well for that, for the 197 as well, and get all three sites in there and working for you. Okay. If you're watching this after the fact, I want to thank you for your time. To get through an entire video like this to this point, and I appreciate that. I want you to trade well. I want to thank Mike. Everybody else hang in the room for questions and answers. Mike, thank you so much for always being my backup guy here on these videos. Tomorrow night, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Mike's going to take the lead. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hopefully he's not nervous.
No.
All right. Everybody, hang out in that chat room if you can. If you have questions, we'll get them answered. Everybody else, thank you again, and trade well. I'm Max, and this is Dex.